You're mumbling here this morning. Everything this morning. What are we doing? Did you ever play dodgeball back in your school days?
We played it in the hood.
In the hood.
In the hood,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We played it in the hood.
Good Friday Eve. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Chris Marks.
And I'm Lee Barris.
Chris who?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Chris the Klutz.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to what you're able to walk.
Walk.
Got no crutches.
Nope.
No cane.
No cane.
No pain. I didn't think so.
No.
Like I said, I was going to bring garlic this morning, but all I had was a jar.
The chair's nice and sturdy and safe.
Well, unless you stand up and try to move, because it will slide out from under you.
We put stoppers on the back.
It's got those wheels got ball bearings in them, and they literally whoosh, out the door if you're not careful.
Now, these right here, that's why I use this seat, because Kelly didn't like this one, so I took it.
You got the speedy one.
This is the one
I
that's
knew
got
one of them did.
the spacecraft wheels on it. It will launch you.
It's faster than that coyote, or the little bird. That little bird that the coyote's chasing. Does he ever catch that bird?
No.
He loses a lot of weight doing that.
Yeah.
Being able to stay away from those with some sort of vendetta against you was rewarding when I played dodgeball, because that's what the whole game was, right? Somebody wanted to get you.
Mm-hmm.
You had classmates that threw just as hard as they could. You're standing in a circle, like shooting fish in a barrel, right? Can't get out of the circle.
Yeah.
Kind of like the feeling today, having dodged the major effects of Hurricane. What's her name? Erin. Erin is ironing away. She's going almost gone. The outer banks of the outer bands of the unwelcome Erin dropped a bit of rain on our heads right around here. Not a lot. Made it feel a little bit like a hurricane. Just looking at the sky, and it came tumbling down, and when it was pitter pattering on the skylights out in the other part of the house. I said, well, we got a hurricane here going on, but then it was gone. Not much rain. Nice to know that nothing worse than what we were getting was going to be coming our way. That was good. It was an outer band. I was watching the radar when it came through. Some parts of Onslow got it. Some parts did not get it. Out there in Southwest, Randy, our ham radio buddy, he got 0.31 inches. This is one that got me. I thought the bands were closer, but out at the borough, Swansboro, 0.01. Dale over in River Bend, they're just off 258. He got 0.26. We got 0.39 right here. 39 inches of rain. We had 3 rain showers.
You took the price. I got 0.34.
Okay, so this neck of the woods did okay. So
yes,
and temperatures in the low to mid 70s across the county right now.
Yeah.
I really need it to stop raining for a while, so all the critters outside will be happy, because I'm tired of every time I open in the door, critter comes in. This morning it was some kind of green flying bug that looks like a grasshopper, but it's not a grasshopper, and it's on top of my cabinets right now.
They are drawing out
the frogs.
The frogs. Army ants.
Yes, those little big black things.
Oh, you ever been bit by one?
No.
Okay.
They get killed.
There's a scars of them.
Well, I still have them on my ankle, the scars that have not yet healed.
Oh, those are. I think those are the fire ants, not the army ants.
I don't know what they were, but I was out weed eating one day and noticed my leg was stinging, and just thought it was debris from the weed eater.
Those are the little ants here, there, and everywhere. Well, anyway, the outer bands of Erin came by. I think there was only one outer band that came this far from Erin. This morning, Erin has lost strength. Winds are now 105 miles per hour. Storm is moving at 17 miles per hour. It's picked up a lot of speed.
Good.
And it's now on a northeast course, as they had predicted, headed for the cold waters of the North Atlantic, and a surefire see ya wouldn't want to be at
I was just going to say they changed her name to See Ya.
You know how you spell CIA? How you pronounce CIA?
See ya.
CIA.
See ya. Well, so the northern part of the United States, eastern seaboard, they didn't really. I mean, they had warnings up, which was good.
Well, the Outer Banks got hit. We don't have hard yet, so we're waiting for some guys to get out there with daylight so they can get some pictures.
Yeah.
Even considering that Aaron was not a significant storm there, not like so many others that have slammed the banks over the years. So much along what I think are the overdeveloped Outer Banks. So vulnerable that any damage is magnified.
Mm-hmm.
Build a house, a couple of pylons wash out, house falls in. Oh my God, look at all that. Look at all that. What a mess. Living in any of the dynamic zones on our coast is gambling, playing it day by day by day. You just don't know what's going to happen. You might be able to build a very nice home there, according to today's stricter building codes, and live in a beautiful world for 30, 40 years. Or you could get nailed the very first year after you move into this hundreds of thousands of dollar home on the beach, and the home is gone or severely damaged. Back in the days before expensive, beautiful homes were built in the zone, fishermen wanting to get away for a long weekend would put up shacks. They called them camps, sparsely furnished and with no comforts of home, which is what they wanted. They'd spend a few days at a time, catch fish, exchange lies, and eat what they caught. It was camping with the comfort of having a roof with only a couple minor leaks in it, not like tents. If a storm comes along, huffs and puffs and blows your shack away, you just bring a pickup truck full of lumber and rebuild it in a day. You were back in business. Your fishing camp was sound. Living in paradise today requires a home big enough for you, your kids, your grandchildren, friends, and other kinfolk who are more than happy to take advantage of your hospitality. The saying goes that when you build a house at the beach, you just never knew you had so many friends.
Yeah.
How about that? Hey, Jack, we're going to be in the neighborhood. I'd like to see you. Come in and, you got a place you'd recommend we can stay? Well, okay. We went from there. In other words, let's back up. Why don't we to start over? Build fishing shacks by the sea. You'll likely need to get a contract with a porta potty company today because they're not going to just let you go into the dunes like they used to do.
Yeah.
No insurance payments, not extra fees for one thing or another. And look at it another way. Guests won't be taking advantage of your hospitality. Life can again be very simple.
It is so nice, and I did it at the Core Banks for years. Just to go out there, you have nothing.
Yeah,
it's so peaceful. It's beautiful, and you're right. Nobody's going to knock on your tent or car door, and because we ended up going mobile. It was it was much easier, but yeah.
Yeah, my dad he built a lot of homes for people, a lot of them at the beaches. He tried to talk them out of it. He was not a big fan of living at the beach, on the beach. He said, use it for your vacation, just
right.
And his biggest thing was buy a little travel trailer, take it with you, or buy a 50-foot lot, which in those days you could buy a lot for not a whole lot of money. Don't even put a well down. Don't put anything. It's just yours. Your track. Make it level so you can pull your travel trailer in there. And he would take one and leave it there for a week or 2 or 3 or all summer. Yeah. Sometimes he'd go to a different location. So that's what he liked to do. And he said, storm coming, crank up the car or his truck and go down and take it and haul it away. No big deal.
And haul it home.
No big deal. So that was a nice, simple way of living and is still enjoying the beach. And we had some really good times there. My uncle would do the same thing. He had a little trailer. He pulled it everywhere, but in the fall, after the tourists left, he would take it and invite the boys, the cousins, and we'd go down there and like the north end of what was then West Onslow Beach.
Right.
Mhm.
I remember it was called West Onslow.
No big bridge to get there. We came across the Surf City, the one and only way to get there, unless you went by
The
boat.
drawbridge.
And it was a drawbridge, and talk about traffic lining up. Oh my God, it could line up for a long ways. But anyway, he would take a trailer, and we go down to the north end. And I'll never forget getting really, really as dizzy as I have ever been in my life. I'm a guy that cannot ride roller coasters. I don't ride Ferris wheels. The ponies that they used to have, I could ride one of those around because they weren't moving real fast. The live ponies.
Right.
Real ponies.
Okay.
I didn't do Ferris wheel, the merry-go-rounds. But what we would do is we get up on top of a dune, suck our arms in, and roll down. And that one will get up, and you're walking phew, all over the place.
Spitting out sand.
Just don't open your mouth.
But it's all in your face.
That's okay.
Well,
You roll far enough into the ocean, and I'll take care of it.
what we did when we were much younger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't say that I probably wouldn't have done the same thing, but just think about doing it now, and I'm like, no.
Oh, it wouldn't be that bad.
And you talk about, I used to ride the roller coasters and stuff like that many years ago. But look, when I get on the Ferris wheel now.
The what?
The Ferris wheel.
I don't do Ferris wheel.
Oh, I don't do anything. So you seen those things? Did you ever see the video? It was on recently about the car that caught on fire at the top of the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Had one car way up there, and it was on fire.
And one of them busted. It was going around and
that
fell
happens,
off.
and the pieces come apart on. Have you ever been out to the circus or the fair when they're putting up this equipment in the middle of the night? They come in and they put it all together, and by noon the next day it's ready to go.
Judging
And when you
by appearances,
look at some of the contracts that our government issues and how many months over they run.
Right.
Then think about these guys assembling and disassembling.
Right.
I got this extra bolt. Wonder where it goes.
Yeah. What's this bolts in the parking lot?
Put it in the pile over there. It's all right, just in case we need it.
Well, a friend of mine had a fair come to a big venue that she had in Hubert. And she talked me into riding some rides with her. And
she's that good a talker.
We came close to ending our friendship that day. I was like, oh man, I have never laughed so hard or screamed so loud. And I could feel my heart going into VFib. I can't do that.
Were you the tester? Were you testing it before everybody else did?
Yeah.
Sort of. They were giving us free rides.
The test dummy.
We went on that one that it's like a boat and it goes way up like this.
Yeah, the pendulum.
Yeah, now that one right there, I did feel my heart just drop to my knees and come back up a couple times. And I'm like, I'm going to kill you when we get off this thing.
I'm not going to wait till I get off. I'm going to do it now. Can you fly? You might want to start flapping them arms.
There was another one that we got on too that just spun us into orbit and back. I felt like I was with Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin. Man, I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, Jeff Bezos. He's the one that people pay $1 million or more to take a seat on one of his rockets.
Oh.
And it shoots you up into.
So you didn't have $1 million. You got $1.25 and you took a ride?
If I had $1 million,
that makes
I
a
would
lot of
not be
sense.
going up in that space rocket.
I'd give somebody else $1.75 to go up.
No. I mean, it looks like excitement for those,
Right.
that pay to get on the rocket and go up to where there's no gravity and and they spin around for a little bit and then they come right back down. The whole thing's like 15-20 minutes.
I'm sure that my invitation for that is there with the invitation to my challenge to President Trump to play golf. It's in the same batch of mail.
In that same pile.
It might be in the same pile of stuff that I get in the mail every day. Occupant or my name and it's got misspelled or weird stuff out there and things that look exactly like, pay to the order up. No.
It used to aggravate me when I was delivering mail and I'd be putting mail in boxes and somebody would come up and say, this is not mine. And it says occupant. I go, it's for whoever's living at the house, but I don't want it because I'm not an occupant. My name is not
I'd
occupant.
be the
I'm like,
owner.
okay.
No way.
But look, when you were delivering free soap samples, they wanted to be an occupant then.
Did they?
Yeah. It was like, well, I'm not getting one. I said, well, you said you did not want any of this mail. And it says occupant. No.
I'll take that. Yeah, you should know that what I want by now. Yeah.
Those
yeah.
free samples, let me tell you what.
I remember those good days.
Yeah, they don't do that
No,
anymore.
they don't.
No company send out
The
those free samples.
storm system that's down there behind Aaron, we'll talk briefly about that, and the other one behind that one. Disturbance number 1 is what they call it. It's likely going to become a depression this week, towards the weekend. So prepare for that. But if the predictions are as accurate, what they have right now looking at, as they were for Aaron, we're not even going to get anything like we had from Aaron, which was next to nothing, right? Mm-hmm. This thing will, if it turns early like it's predicted to do, and assumes a course, that it's not turning. It's not on a course. It's meandering right now. Right. It has to get some kind of circulation before it actually picks a course. Otherwise, it's just roaming the waters. It's like a rudderless boat, out of control, just going here, there, and everywhere. When it starts rotating, it will have a course it's going. And that's the one they think will be turning and going northward. And if it turns and goes northward where they think it will be, which will be probably around the north of Puerto Rico or the lower Bahamas or whatever, it will miss everything, which I won't miss it at all. I'll be happy. So that should be the end of that one. The one way out yonder, near the Cape Verde Islands, is getting less and less of an opportunity, according to the National Hurricane Center, of developing into anything. Its area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms is really very small now. The other one is kind of large still, but this one was bigger, but it's diminishing. So not giving it a whole lot of any chance, and it's meandering southwestward, going down and then across. If it ever formed up and continued on that path, it would be in the Caribbean, and then who knows what. They don't look forward to it. No predictions there whatsoever. Okay, let me see now. I've got a mess on my hands today because of computers again. So I'm going to
while you
look
in that. I was talking to a friend last night about those houses that. Remember, we saw some that were on the pylons, and the water was already rushing up.
One of them is named Black Pearl, and then the one next to it, I never recall them giving it a name. I was just checking right now with my contact in the Outer Banks to see. He's supposed to be going out this morning to see if they survived the night.
So this is how concerned they were. They didn't move their furniture off the decks. They should have picked it. Chairs are out there.
Well, the two that are out there in the surf right now, they're not livable. They've been shut down for a long time.
Yeah. I wonder if they want to give those chairs away. Anyway,
I don't know.
But you can pick them up out in the water.
But my friend was talking to me. He had a friend that he works with that has 3 houses at North Topsail Beach.
Oh, wow.
And he just said, how can you live like this? You can't get insurance, the possibility of leaving your home and stuff. And her answer was this: what we can rent those out for in a summer, we'll pay for that house in 3 years.
Well, I know a weekly rate going on from what I know friends and family recently. Mm-hmm. It's about $2,800 for 1 week stay.
Wow!
And so that would 5 weeks worth would pay for the insurance for a year. It's just those beach condos make a lot. Those renters make a lot of money off of that.
Offshore today, tropical storm conditions are possible. Northerly winds 25 to 30 knots, becoming northwesterly 20 to 25 knots this afternoon. Gusts up to 35 knots. 10 to 14 foot seas offshore. Okay, that's big water. Lots of big water. They'll come down this afternoon to Old Whoopie just to 7 to 10 feet. Near shore seas 9 to 11 feet. Surfers love it. They'll come down to 5 to 7 this afternoon. Y'all don't get in the water. Surfers, I can't talk to you. You got way too much salt water in your head anyway. And at least we know that you know what you're doing, generally speaking, unless you get really dumb. There are surfers who die in storm surges, winds, or waves. It happens all over the world. I don't know we've ever lost any here. Don't recall. Wave details 13 feet every 16 seconds. That's really big.
Yeah.
I think I've been in water that bad. I have been, but it was a bigger boat owned by the government. So
Perfect storm.
Yeah, it was a little bit more better. There's a slight chance of showers early this morning offshore, and then showers this afternoon as well. Tomorrow, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming northeasterly 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Seas coming down 5 to 7. There'll be 2 to 4 near shore. Waves themselves going to be like 6 feet every 13 seconds. That's still some big waves out there. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop tomorrow, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. It's looking better for the weekend, so that's what you guys need to be planning for. Easterly winds on Saturday, 5 to 10, seas 5 to 7 offshore, 2 to 3 near shore. Stay near the beach, catch some Spanish mackerel. 6 feet every 14 seconds, sounds and rivers, only a light chop. And that's about it on the marine.
Okay, today, partly sunny with a high near 87. North wind around 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 66. North winds around 7 miles per hour. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 85. North wind around 7 miles per hour. And Friday night football, mostly cloudy with a low around 67. And from that point on, we go into calm winds.
Yeah.
And temperatures staying in the mid 80s. And I'm understanding from listening to meteorologists this morning that next week we may be setting some record lows.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I should have missed those word heat index. I missed
We need to glisten.
those. Yeah.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so is it hot chocolate night for you two tomorrow?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
too soon for hot chocolate. It's got to be like in the 30s, 40s for
Yeah, I
that.
remember that one night out there.
50s
when we were in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
50s are good.
playoffs. You two were carrying your thermoses.
Yeah.
That's after you went through the
There's
checkpoint.
some good hot chocolate.
Yeah.
too.
Thanks to Jacksonville, they'll let
Yeah,
us in
thank
with
you,
hot chocolate.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I buy popcorn because I like popcorn.
Oh, yes.
It's nice and salty. It tastes so good.
Yeah, that good old theater type popcorn out of
Yeah.
that big machine they have is really, really good.
Of course, a little later on this morning, our buddy Chris Miller will be calling in with.
Pop it
Yeah.
up. It's Miller time.
Maybe the Onslow Sheriff's Office should call their next sting operation on area vape shops Operation Vapor Lock. Remember the
Yes.
days when your car would develop a vapor lock
Yep.
going down the road and you'd stop it, take the gas cap off?
Yes, I do.
And my dad got so mad at it one time, he drilled a hole in the gas cap. And
I
left
don't
it-
have a gas cap.
You have to have a gas.
Don't have one. If it's just got the cover on the outside, you push it, opens it up, and there it is. You don't have a gas cap. They're not putting them on vehicles nowadays. Have
Well,
you checked
how
yours?
can I pull that stunt that I heard about?
What, you want to siphon gas?
Oh, no.
That's a crime.
No.
You said stunt.
I want to go buy me. I want to get a specific vehicle out, so I can't get yours. Get a specific vehicle, and go buy a locking gas cap, and go in one night, somebody you really don't like, and put that locking gas cap on.
That
it,
would be really
and
mean.
you keep the keys.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to saw that off.
Can you imagine going to the gas station when you're almost out of fuel, like many of us do? Down to the fumes. If I'm driving locally, I get it.
That's
I
just
do.
wrong.
And then go there and you can't get the lock off. What the Sam Hill is going on with this?
Kathy doesn't like when I do that. She said, just don't tell me how many miles left before we are out of gas. Because you get
Are
that.
you one of those that waits till it gets like?
Well, about that down to 5 gallon, 5.
No, I've never
miles.
gone that far. Mm-mm.
I'm on fumes usually.
Well, there's always the fear that maybe the gauge is wrong. So I get down to about 30, 25, 30, and then I fill up.
When I get it, and I don't pay attention to the mileage thing on there because that's a guesstimate. Even though it's from an instrument,
That's
it's
what
just
I'm
a
talking
wild
about.
guesstimate. But if you go according to the gas gauge and you get down to 0, where it says it's to the left of empty just a little bit, and I know how much fuel my empty tank will hold, and I get there and I still got 2 or 3 gallons in it when I fill up. See, that's the irritating part. That's why come I go on fumes a lot.
Lee, you'll appreciate this because I do the NASCAR thing. I tell her, look, all I got to do is, shift back in the
That's right.
gas a little.
You go back and forth like this, and it takes it out of the reserve cup there, know, and
it don't work. She still doesn't like it.
Yeah. No, I generally.
Who pushes you or her when you run out?
I think the lowest I've ever gotten to is about 25, and then I just worry like maybe the gauge might be off a little bit, the numbers might be off, and so, I mean, I feel myself like sitting there at the stoplights going chugga, chugga.
Candy's first car, my daughter's first car.
Yes.
Okay. It's an older model vehicle, but she was over at a friend's house and parked in the driveway, and she couldn't get her car to start when she left. She called me. I said, okay. Sound like you're out of gas. Well, I said I had some left in the tank. So I took all I had was a lawnmower gallon or 2 gallon can, right? I had over there. Yeah, it looks like you're out of gas. So I poured a couple of gallons in. Nothing was happening. I cranked it, trying to get the fuel pump to bring fuel up to the carburetor. Nothing. I said, fuel tank's in the back. This is going uphill.
Yes.
Take it out of gear, coast down the hill, aim it down, the valve, the front end's aimed down, and gave it a minute or two, pumped it a few times, started up. I go to the gas station. Do not stop.
Well, I do want to congratulate Lee on Wawa because if it's done one thing, it's lowered the prices of gas along some areas, which is interesting.
Ooh, gas war.
But I don't know that it's a war.
Have you been in there yet?
Where?
Wawa.
No, I just see their gas prices.
No, I haven't been in there yet.
$2.59.
$2.59, and then you go down the road. Some of the other places it's $2.99. I'm going.
Well, they got customers that go all the time and again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
You guys remember that case store? You don't have any gas cards for that?
Do that again.
What? A circle with a slash through it, no gas.
Fuel.
This is like, I feel like we're playing
I got the circle.
game.
Kilo.
Oh, kilo.
I don't go kilos and meters and ohms and voltage and I don't know.
Oh, see, never mind. I've got you.
Letter.
Yeah.
If you're
yes.
you are a member of their club,
I know what you're
you get
about.
40 cents off a gallon today.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Till
just
6 p.m.
getting ready to say I still have 2 more fill-ups on mine for 25 cents off a gallon. So right now,
40 cents off today.
oh, for who? Which station?
What did I just tell you?
See
I don't-
that? See that?
I see a circle.
Okay, now watch this.
I can't understand what that is.
Kilo phonetics.
I don't do phonetics.
Okay.
I went to Jacksonville High School. I took
Sure.
math and
Sure.
algebra. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, the Circle K? Well, that's what I've been talking about. The Circle K is where I've been getting mine.
Today only 40 cents off per
Oh, I
gallon.
wonder if I get my additional 25 cents.
Who
on top of
cares?
that.
That'd be 65 cents.
Anyway, the Onslow Sheriff's Office,
I know what you were
overwhelming number
talking
of shops that they have checked doing business legally. The overwhelming majority of the 101 vape shops they checked in the last couple of months or so were doing business legally. But a handful of shops had violations of one sort or another. The Sheriff's Office, in conjunction with the Jacksonville-based Community Prevention Services Incorporated, checked the stores in what they dubbed Operation Vape Zero. Together, their mission is to combat young people's access to nicotine and vaping products. 18 of the stores of the 101 that they checked 18 of those stores were found not to be complying with the law. In those establishments, they found 17 different clerks responsible for illegal sales, and the sheriff's office issued criminal summonses and 2 juvenile petitions for violations. Sheriff Chris Thomas emphasized that selling vape products and nicotine in any form to any person under 21 is illegal. That means not legal in North Carolina. He strongly suggests that retailers emphasize to their clerks that it's important to check IDs to verify age before making a sale. I don't know whether they do it like they do in alcohol sales or not. Alcohol sales, they arrest the individual actually making the sale, and the store gets the gig too. So both places get gigged, and our ABC is in control of all the liquor outlets, of course, and all the liquor outlets have to get their permission to operate from the Alcohol Beverage Control Board. So the ABC board. So ALE agents enforce those laws. So it's interesting. Been on a lot of those operations with ALE over the decades, years past. And it was always interesting to sit out there and they got to the point that we're not able to use anybody that was underage to begin with. But after a period, they got special permission under certain conditions to be able to use kids who volunteered and their parents allowed it, signed off all the waivers, and they would let them go in. Never could they use a fake ID. They were checked in advance, and they would go up and present their ID, and the people would look both ways, some of the clerks and whatever, and go ahead and sell it to them. And you should have no pity on those individuals.
Oh, no.
So there is a responsibility to check your ID and double check them.
And this school just around the corner. I think next week it starts, right?
Yes.
Next week?
Yes.
A message to all the young people listening and for the parents to have a conversation. Let your children know that they can use Text-a-Tip for Crime Stoppers. If they see something going on in their schools that shouldn't be going on,
and you don't want to be labeled as a rat.
Yeah.
Because Text-a-Tip, totally quiet. Nobody knows, including your people don't know.
No, we don't have no idea. We get a number, but and then talk to your SROs. We had a at Northside last week. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. But there was we met with all the SROs. Crime Stopper was there talking about that and giving them some items to give to the kids that have that information. But young people, don't feel bad about turning in some of your. I doubt they're your friends if they're trying to sell you something that you shouldn't be taking.
If they're trying to sell you something, or you know that they're selling something to a friend of yours, I want you to think about this for just a second. 111,000 people, Americans, many of them young people in school, just like you are, died. Last year, the year before, is about 110,000 from fentanyl overdoses. Oh, they're not selling fentanyl, Mike. Oh, yeah. Well, they're selling you pills. Do you have any clue what's in it? You don't know. It says Oxycontin. It says Codone. It says this or whatever. Let me tell you who put that on there. The guys down there in a lab, way deep down, they have a press that presses fentanyl, and the cartels that get their raw fentanyl, which is 100% stuff or close to it, they get it in, they take a little bit out of it, and they mix it in with a bunch of other stuff, filler, and then they mix it. Do you think it's well mixed? Some of those pills will be hot shots. They'll have more than what they think the dose is going to be in each one of those pills. They don't mix it good. They don't care. They mix up hundreds of pounds at a time. So then they put it into a little pill stamping machine, and it comes out as a stamped pill. And it looks just like some of the pills that you get for pain or that you buy illegally, thinking it's hydrocodone or Oxycontin or whatever. And those are bad, but at least they're made by druggists, legal druggists. They're made to fill a prescription, a legal prescription. And yeah, you can use a bunch of them and get high, but you get one little fentanyl pill, just laced with fentanyl, you could go away forever and ever and ever. You can believe in your mama home alone, wanting to know what she did wrong. Who was it? One of us was talking. Was it in here? Or maybe it was somebody else and I were talking. Mom went absolutely bonkers, started drinking a lot, and she committed suicide because she blamed herself for the death of her child. Okay, that kind of stuff happens. Fentanyl overdoses are ridiculous. There's no reason to have them. If you find somebody, if you see somebody, if somebody approaches you to sell you some stuff, there's nothing wrong. It's totally 100% pro-American. And you're going to thank yourself in the future that you didn't lose people from this idiot selling dope at the playground. You don't go to the playground, so little kids do that. But after school, and wherever you guys hang out, at school, in the smoking area, they don't allow smoking at all now, do they? On the schools?
No.
And what used to be the smoking areas.
Right.
You'll thank yourselves when you end up your school year, you graduate from high school, and you have not lost a friend to that, and likely because you did something about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
Absolutely. And, I just want to give shout out to community prevention for their role in the checks on the vape shops because they do that with grants.
It's grant money that comes in, they use, and they assist with that. That's what I was
and that would
about.
Be Megan Glenn helping her mama, Kelly, now. So, they community prevention services.
They're wide open in that area. They'd rather prevent it than have to treat it.
Right. So thank you for being a part of that. Going back to Circle K real quick, I just want to say it's from 6 a.m. until midnight tonight, 11:59 p.m. And to get the discount, you must be enrolled in the Inner Circle Club.
You just sign up when you go by, and that's all you do.
Well, if you go to the pump, you can key it in, and then you have to wait to get an email, and then you have to click on it, because I know I've been through all that.
You can do that. You can do
it at home.
You can do it at home, and then go to the store, and all you do is you use your telephone number.
While you're at home is the easiest way to do it. Go to your app store or download the Circle K app.
Your spouse, your kids, all that can use your same telephone number, and it builds points for you. But and they will also get the discount.
Right. But that's where I've been getting 25 cents off a gallon just through that app.
But
you get it for 5 fill-ups.
Because there's some that will say if you give us your debit card.
This one is you use your telephone number.
Okay. Will they give you an IOU? I got a full tank of gas.
It's just downloading an app for loads,
All the gas cans you got for your lawnmower.
Oh, yeah.
In the back of your truck and take it by there.
I'll have to buy a truck again.
Yeah, it's just like downloading an app for Lowe's or any other store, Food Lion. You download that app and you use that app, and that's how you're getting your discount. When you go to gas pumps, it'll say, are you enrolled? And you just hit yes, key in your telephone number, and it knows. Yeah, so.
Okay. I got a tough story here.
I know.
It's irritating. Happened in Houston. 3 kids, ages 1, 2, and 3. They were found wandering all alone, discovered outside an apartment complex. All 3 were hungry. Their parents were inside their apartment, dead.
Oh, no.
Police say the parents had been dead for about 24 hours. The 3 toddlers were taken to their grandmother's house, that's where they are. The husband shot his wife, they say, then shot himself, and left the 3 kids, ages 1, 2, and 3, alone. And they made it to the streets looking for food, and somebody called the police, saw them outside alone.
Right.
And it went from there.
So sad.
How do you, what kind of a man would do that? Okay, if he shoots his wife, then he shoots himself. I don't even have a clue what the backstory is. It doesn't matter. That is about the most selfish thing that he could do.
And wouldn't you be worried about your kids knowing you're going to be leaving
Apparently
them
not.
alone
No.
with your dead
3
body?
kids, 1, 2, and 3. That was kind of close together, but you got 3 kids, 1, 2, and 3. Their grandmother's going to raise them, I guess, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
We hope it's a good thing. So,
Wow.
God.
910-333-0139. You mentioned that one, Rayford. There was another one in Texas, and I saw it last night. We talk about the Ring cameras when we have the crimes around here and how they help so much. This man found out his wife was going to divorce him.
Okay.
And they had 3 children, actually.
Uh-huh.
The video shows a man pulling a green duffel bag, something that looked like it had something large in it. He then takes the children to Puerto Rico, and they find the wife in a bag similar to what they see on the Ring camera. And to avoid divorce.
Let me just tell you about this murder case that I've been watching. Do we want to talk ridiculous or what? I have to bring up
Murder cases are, unless it's a justifiable homicide, murder is hard to understand.
right.
Somebody breaks in on you in the middle of the night, it's going to be homicide when you kill them, and then they're going to rule it justifiable. So it is still justifiable homicide.
Lately, there's been so many murder trials and murders and it's been the husband and killing the wife and then cutting them all up and hiding body parts all over.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been so much of that lately, but this one that I'm watching, which is bizarre in the fact that the prosecution has done a horrible job. This happened 27 years ago. This woman, Melissa Wolfenberger, disappeared right around Thanksgiving Day, and it was in 1998. May of 1999, they discovered her remains, like her head in one bag and other body parts in other bags, and only after, like a dog, dragged it out of the woods onto the road. So they got the remains. They took them and did testing on them. They felt like the remains belonged to a male, the skull. So they put out a missing male report. It was 5 years later when they were able to identify the skull and who it belonged to. Now, the 5 years have passed.
Okay, let me ask you a question before we go. That body parts that they found that were recovered, was it in the vicinity, the neighborhood, where the woman was living before?
25 minutes from her home.
Oh, why
and it was across the street.
Kind of close by.
Well, it was across the street from where her husband worked.
Oh.
So that kind of ties it in right there. But they interviewed him back in 2003, had no evidence really to arrest him. But the state reopened their cold cases. They said, well, we feel like we have enough to try him on some DNA. DNA from what? From his wife? She was his wife. But she had this tenacity for stepping out and then disappearing for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. And they said, why didn't you ever report her missing? He said, she walked out. I figured she wasn't coming back. She didn't come back, so I figured she was going on with her life. But you have to understand, excuse me, this whole family and this whole town is in a place in Georgia, not far from Atlanta. And you could tell that they weren't well-educated people. All right, let me tell you about this now. Her mother gets up on the stand to testify, and her mother was married to the Flint River serial killer, if you remember the story, back in the late 70s, mid to late 70s, of women in the Georgia area that were disappearing.
The body of the woman who disappears, Mama.
Yes.
So her stepdaddy.
So it was her daddy, actually.
Daddy.
The woman, the victim in all this is Melissa. So Melissa's mother gets on to testify about her daughter, and I knew something was wrong because Christmas came and she never called me. But yet she didn't do anything right away on it either. But the mother actually helped the father dispose of these bodies when he was the Flint River killer.
Why wasn't she in jail?
Because she made a deal with the government and they gave her immunity if she would testify against her husband. That's the only thing they had. But anyway, that's what happened. Now, let me tell you about the rest of the family. Okay. The co-worker of Melissa at the Waffle House.
Melissa worked at the Waffle House.
She worked at the Waffle House. And her co-worker, which was also the cook that she was having an affair with occasionally, he was a bank robber. He got charged with robbing a bank and spent time in prison. Now, her uncle... Now, these are people that are coming in to testify against the husband. The uncle sexually assaulted a 9-year-old neighbor. And then the daughter of Melissa and Christopher, who's being charged, thought that her dad, Christopher, was actually her brother because the grandparents took the kids and raised them, and they never told the grandkids that her real mother was dead and the father was being accused. The only thing missing from this whole trial is the mention of a Walmart or a Home Depot. They talk about the Waffle House and
they
how
were so far in the sticks they didn't have a Home Depot or a Walmart.
They talked about having the Mile High Club on top of the Waffle House. They would go out there at night and drink.
How high is this?
It's not that high.
5,280 feet a mile.
No, but they had a Mile High Club on top of the Waffle House when they took breaks, they would go up there and drink and have sex. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not ever eating at a Waffle House again.
Not in Georgia.
Because, it's
not that way at all Waffle Houses.
Well, let me tell you, these are what the witnesses for the state have been. The wife of a serial killer. And, they once suspected that maybe her father killed her. Maybe her father, he was out killing other people. But they've cleared him somehow. But, but everybody that gets...
probably cleared him because he said, I got proof. I've got this body I was burying at the same time over here.
I'm telling you. This is a case. I'm just sitting there going like, he's guilty.
Everybody's guilty. Go to jail. All y'all go to jail.
But
everybody.
What evidence are you going to give me to prove it? Because they found her body parts across the street from where he worked in a bag.
Close enough.
I mean, they have no weapon. They found no weapon. I mean, and they didn't even identify the skull as belonging to her until 5 years later.
That they originally thought was a man.
That they originally, when they first found the skull and they sent it to the medical lab, the doctor there...
According to women, if a pathologist, if the medical examiner had been a female, she would have known the difference.
Probably so.
Because if it had a brain, it was not a man, right?
But it didn't have a brain. It had very little tissue still attached to it. Because it was like 6 months later, been in plastic bags, and animals had attacked it. So there was very little.
Okay, for you guys are getting ready to chow down now, don't worry about it. It'll go away.
They did do DNA on what they could at the time, but see, her DNA was not in the system.
Yeah.
Not at that time. But 5 years later, they decided to run more tests and do an extensive search. And they were able to come up with a match to her mother. Because remember, her mother was complicit in the Flint River killing.
So they have a sample of her DNA.
So then eventually they were able, so they went to her mother and they said, we've had this skull and we've had it for 5 years and it comes back related to you. And she was like, well, maybe it's my daughter because she's been missing for all those years. Why didn't you report it? Well, I tried to report it, but nobody would listen. And I'm like, this. And the prosecutors, Rayford, you would be ashamed that they even had a law degree. It's sad.
I just reminds me of Law and Order. Where they have the board. They got a picture.
Yes.
Yeah. Got a skull.
Yeah.
Well, the very first day after opening statements, the state got up, and the very first witness they brought in, of course, all these police detectives and officers are all since retired since all this happened. But the very first one they brought in, he started testifying, and they're going like, well, you kept saying the dog dragged it out in the street. How do you know? He said it's on video. And the defense jumps up, what video? We've not been told there's any video. So they go back to the state and they go, well, yeah, we heard there was one, but we've not been able to locate it. And so all of a sudden you've got all these Brady violations because the state had information that they did not share with the defense. That was the first hour of the trial.
Well, if the film, the video was not available, they were not introducing the video as evidence, but they introduced the testimony of an officer, former prior retired law enforcement officer and an investigator. He's just starts testifying, and he was asked, why do you know a dog brought it? So there's really no requirement.
No, because he also said that
there was no requirement that the state tell the defense that
the police officer also said, I'm looking at my notes here and I'm telling you, this is not all my notes. This is only part of the investigation. I'm missing the details on the video. I'm missing the details on the other information I got.
It's an investigation and in-depth evidence keeping. I mean, and I'm sure the DA was not on duty, and when the murder was committed, had nothing to do with it.
Well, let's just say they took a break. Excuse the jury, took a break, and they had to take the witness out into the hall between the state and the prosecution. The defense and the prosecution took the witness out into the hall to get it all sorted out. And it seemed like there was further investigation, there was further paperwork, there was a video, but the state chose not to use it, but failed to tell the defense that it was there.
No, if they got anything.
Which is a Brady violation.
That's a violation, yep.
Well, I hope the jury's not sequestered during all this.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I think closing statements are today, but I'm telling you, do I think he did it? Yes. There was a lot of domestic violence in that household, within the whole town, I think, but did the state prove it?
It's easy for the defense to point the finger at her daddy just as well. He's dead.
That's right. No, he's still in prison.
Oh, he's still in prison.
He's still in prison.
Well, it's still easy to point the finger at a convicted felon or convicted murderer.
This was like watching something.
Could he have done it? Yeah.
Well, the state said that they would that they cleared him. So I don't know.
Okay. They didn't say how?
No.
I'd be asking. I'd want to know.
Well, I don't know the whole thing.
Because I'd be challenging it, whatever it was.
The whole thing is messed up.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go down south.
All right.
Florida. Questions that we were talking about yesterday may have been addressed about that truck driver.
Yes.
You know, the guy who was sitting quietly in a California jail cell under a federal ICE detainer, following a crash a week ago in Florida that left 3 people dead. Chris, you familiar with this story?
Heard a little bit about it.
Here's the situation. A guy named Hardinger Singh, an illegal alien in this country since 2018, he had tried to get a CDL, commercial driver's license, and was initially turned down because he had a background of being an illegal alien. He then did it in California, and the state's requirements there being a sanctuary state, it doesn't matter. Also, it doesn't matter whether he took a test, whether he spoke English, or whatever. Well, that all is not true, but anyway, he got a CDL. from the great state of California, and he's been driving all over the country. Well, last week at some point in time, he was down in Florida, and he decided, oh, God, I'm on the turnpike. I got to go back the other way. So he crosses at an illegal location on a turnpike to do a U-turn across the median and to go back. But in the process of doing that, it was an illegal U-turn. His truck rolled. The trailer came off and rolled on top of a minivan and killed 3 people. So he was arrested. Somehow he managed to book it and get back to California, where ICE laid the habeas corpus on him because he's an illegal alien. And they put a detainer, put him in jail based upon that. And then the suspicion waiting, of course, for warrants to show up from Florida. And so there he was resting. There he's going to be removed, presumably today, because DeSantis, the governor of Florida, he's decided, I'm going to take my brand new appointed lieutenant governor. He's a wounded warrior, and he was a state senator, and the lieutenant governor female resigned. So I've appointed him to be the lieutenant governor. I'm sending him out there to bring the dude back.
He will.
Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. ICE can bring him back anyway if they want to, pretty much any time. But anyway, that's where it is, and the young man will be headed back to Florida sometime this week, possibly today or tomorrow.
Staying on that subject, it happened, I believe it was in California. Seems like it's always happening in California, and Gavin Newsom's always running his mouth about things, which is what he does. Once again, you have a law enforcement officer pull a car over and say, roll your window down. No. They busted open. Yep. 3 times. You're right. 3, and he was afraid for his family. Yet he attempts to run over 2 of the officers. So the other officer fires 3 bullets into the car. They stop him. This is my problem. The media. And I know we are similar to media, except we tell mostly truths. Oh, well, all truth.
Mostly.
Okay. As best we know
as best we know with the facts that we know. But the media is interviewing the man who is stopped, who refused to obey a law enforcement officer, an ICE officer, to roll your window down. And they're interviewing the family, asking how the father's doing.
Who cares?
But that's what the news was focusing on. I mean, first they focus on, they think they're trying to show that the police were out of line, or ICE was out of line for busting the window.
Have you ever seen the media, except on a couple of occasions that I can recall, go to the family of a police officer that's been murdered?
No.
They don't go there.
No.
They go find out from the victim, the perpetrator, if he can talk, and also from the perpetrator's family. Oh, how does it feel to have a murderer there? Poor you. I don't know what I'm going to do. He was the breadwinner. I don't know what I'm going to do. We got 2 kids. What am I supposed to do? I don't care. That's you. That is on you.
It's Miller time.
Oh, it's Miller time. But I just want to say this. Yesterday, we had a deputy out at our house taking a report. What a wonderful representative of the Onslow County Sheriff's Office.
Some great ones. Yeah, it's taking a report on your accident.
Oh no, not on my accident.
So it was not an accident. It was intentional.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
It was something that happened.
It was an accident, right?
It was an accident. Everything that happened last Saturday was an accident, but I'm fully recovered, I think.
You scare me.
Back when I was asking questions, interviewing a guy one time, for a news story.
Yeah.
He was a county commissioner. He said, "You sound more like a prosecutor." I said, "I'm not a prosecutor. I've been accused of being a persecutor, but not a prosecutor."
Well, this officer was very nice, and I gave him a St. Michael archangel to protect him.
Oh, he was just.
Did you tell him he needs to keep it close by him at all times?
Yes,
after
I
being at
did.
your house?
Yes, I
Put it
did.
on your vest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
Anyway, so I know it's time for me to go.
Those vests need as much help as they can get.
Do your thing.
Pop. A top again. Hello, Chris Miller. How are you?
Hey, good morning, my friends. How's everybody doing this
Good
morning?
morning,
We're
Chris.
doing
Hey,
well.
Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good. I think we're all excited for the start of high school football season, except for Wakewood over there.
No, there's one person who's not very excited out there, and he already wants to know. He asked me the other day, "Am I ready for
Let's not ruin this.
legalized brutality?" Is what he asked me. I thought he was talking about people breaking into my house.
Chris heard him.
I know who you're talking about.
I
And
know you do.
why? And I don't understand why football bothers Mr. Theo so much. I mean, why does it make him so unhappy? We're not forcing him to watch it. We're not forcing him to sit through it. If he doesn't want to watch it, that's his right, and he's more power to him. Nobody's force feeding football to him, so he can enjoy other life's pleasantries, but let the rest of us enjoy football for the fall season. How about that?
Chris, did you ever play soccer?
Yes, for a couple of years. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't play it organized. We had intramural soccer in Raleigh, and I played that. My ankles, my shins, legs took a brutal beating because I was a close combat person all the time, and I was in there. Boy, did I get beat up bad on the ankles, and especially the ankles, and to some part the knees.
Shins.
Shins were awful. Oh, Lord of mercy. I still suffer these days. So, anyway.
All right. I read your
Well,
article. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My 2 cents worth. I think people who, again, we're all, more power to you. Whatever you're interested in is up to you. I'm not going to hate you or, if you don't like this or like that. That's your prerogative. We all have our prerogatives, but there are certain people that don't like certain things because the rest of us like it. And so if we all were big fans of, let's say cricket, those same people would not like it because all of us like it. So there's a lot of people that like to just go against the grain, just to go against the grain. So this may be one of those situations.
Yeah, well, cricket's great if especially if you're fishing for freshwater fish. They're great bait.
Get a mallet. I need a mallet.
Diddly wings or something like that. I don't want to say pickleball and upset all the pickleball people because apparently that thing is growing. So we'll stick with cricket.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Or crochet.
Okay. I read your story yesterday that you put out. Was it yesterday? Yes. About your predictions for
Yeah, I
this
saw
week's
those.
games.
Chris.
And I have to say, I like your predictions. He's got Southwest over Richlands, White Oak over North Side. I think
What you got against Richlands?
No, I mean he's got them running pretty close. Southwest 14, Richlands 12, and let me see, West Carter. Here you go, Jacksonville 21, West Carteret 13.
I can only hope.
Chris, what I want to compliment him on is the football base fans of East Wallace Rose Hill. There's going to be more people at the football game than at a Scott concert. Chris, that was classic, brother. That was classic.
Let's do that one more if you broke up. I couldn't hear what. There will be more people at the game than where?
At a Scotty McCurry.
He said they can either attend country music star Scotty McCreery's concert at the Duplin County Event Center in Kenansville or attend the clash between East Duplin and Wallace Rose Hill.
Who scheduled that singer to be there at that time?
Look.
This is Eastern North Carolina, and that
On a Friday night football.
and that
What's wrong with you, Scotty
that
McCreery?
rivalry between those two teams.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good God.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody didn't think that through, and when somebody told me that a couple of weeks ago, I had to double check because I was like, "There's no way in the world that they would schedule of all days and all places, Duplin County. You have a Scott. Now, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people would go to the Scotty McCreery concert,
from somewhere else.
yeah, but I think if this was any other day, I think a lot of folks in Eastern North Carolina and DuPont County would go to the concert.
Mm-hmm.
But not when East DuPont and Walter Hill are playing football. Especially, I joke with people. Whenever East DuPont or even Walter Hill has a big game, if you ever, again, jokingly, we're not advocating any kind of violence or crime or anything, but if you ever want to, commit a crime in DuPont County, Friday night while East DuPont football is playing, that'd be a perfect time to do it because you wouldn't get caught. Because all the police are out there, all the law enforcement are at the football game.
Just don't do it near when the game is letting out, when the traffic's picking up. No, because you're going to run into somebody who's mad with you. Do it during the first quarter.
So, if my memory serves me correct, Chris, last week or the week before we were talking about you. I know you're trying to be everywhere you possibly can. You count on people, your friends, to help be your eyes and your photos for the games you can't be at because you just can't. You can't do it all. Although it does seem like you do it all. Where are you going to be hanging your hat tomorrow night?
All right, so I'm going to be at the Richlands at Southwest football game. Okay. And the reason why, it was a tough call, but the reason why is because both of them have first-year head coaches. Yep. And so it's, that's always kind of a special moment whenever that happens. So I'd love to be able to go to the Northside White Oak game, and I wish one of the games was playing tonight, but they're all being played tomorrow. But I'm going to get some help. I'm actually one of my freelance photographers is going to come with me to the Southwest game. She's going to get photos, and then the gentleman that some of y'all might remember him, Mike Tackett.
Sure do.
I do.
He's been helping me out the last year or so. He was one of our great photographers back in the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Started doing movies in the Wilmington area. If you ever seen The Conjuring, the horror movie The Conjuring, he worked on that movie, that tree, and that's his photography, that's his photo, and he was telling us some stories about he got to hold the Annabelle doll from the movie, and so he's got some great stories about some of the movies he shot. But he's been helping me out the last year or so and done a great job. Cool. And just enjoys serving the community that way. So I'll definitely take his help any day.
Yeah, his brother Scott was in the movies too. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm sorry?
Mike's brother Scott was in the movies. He ran the projector out at the Base Theater. Yeah, they both worked at the radio station for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was in the movies.
Good
Oh, yeah.
I was in a bunch of movies.
He ran the projector.
I watched the movies.
Mike is a good guy.
And
like I said,
I was in one movie.
You can write a whole book about the stories. Like I said, people got kind of freaked out. If you've seen those Conjuring movies and you talk in the Annabelle doll, I'm talking about
Okay, how did you come up with the score for Jacksonville and White Oak? What did you base it on? Let's talk about the formula there.
I picked Jacksonville to win in a close one just to irritate you, Raper.
That's a touchdown and 2-point conversion. So.
Well,
just to irritate me. Is that what you said? Have you moved from where you used to live yet?
Well, he's got Jacksonville winning.
West Colorado is not a bad team, and I know Jacksonville had their way with them last year in the playoff game, and but it's the first game of Jacksonville. Jacksonville always comes out a little sluggish the first game and makes some mistakes. So I think it's going to be close early, but I think toward the end, all their athletes will step up and do well, and they'll find a way to win. So, but like I said, the first game or so is always difficult with fundamentals and mistakes and things like that.
Yeah, I was looking for your methodology and the reason you came up with the 21-13 score. So, have you looked at the kicker over there at West Carteret?
Not really. I don't really know too much about West Carteret, but I mean, it's high school football. When you watch an NFL game on TV or even college, a lot of those kicks are pretty automatic. But in high school, it can be an adventure.
Yeah. So, until this year, we don't have the same kicker we had last year, do we?
Yeah. It was the year
No, he
before.
graduated, and
Yeah.
but that's the cool thing about Jacksonville is
Right.
that you have some great soccer players that know how to kick a football.
Right. Yeah, that's what that kid did last year. It was a soccer
Oh,
player,
yeah.
and he was between the goalposts from 5,000 yards away.
Yeah.
I didn't think. I thought he graduated a year before. The one
No.
you're talking about.
No,
Yeah,
last year we had a
really
good one last year.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen him when you're over across the street at the gym.
He's
with
looking.
the binoculars.
She's looking at the other end. Not
I know that. Well, I know which end she's
Chris,
in. But
Last year we had Damon to watch. That he
Mr.
was
June.
Mr. June. He was the one that stood out amongst everyone. Anyone and special numbers for us to look out for this year, or special players?
Well, quite a few different guys are having their opportunity. I think defensively, Jacksonville will be pretty stout early this season.
Good.
Offense is always a bit of a time to kind of get used to, kind of get comfortable with everything. A lot of it's just timing. So defensively, I think Jacksonville will do well. I don't know if I told you this or not, but they do have a young man. I actually did a story on him a couple years ago. Tuiasa Sopo Salui. He's Samoan, and his grandfather was an actor in the Street Fighter movie, and also had a role in the Necessary Roughness movie. So I did a story on that, and
Really?
So that was a pretty cool story, and that was pretty neat. And I went back and watched those movies, and I interviewed him. So that's you have different guys for Jacksonville that are doing well. So it's hard to pinpoint one guy, but they'll all play well, especially defensively.
So Rayford's sitting up in the stands. You be careful what you say, because his daddy could be sitting somewhere near us.
I hope so.
Whew.
Chris,
He's gonna be doing good.
Angry Samoan.
one thing having done it, but not on the high school level, is the officials. So where do you think first game of the season, first few games of the season, the officials, are they more likely to let the kids play the game and do things, or do you think it's going to be? Do they tend to
Nitpick.
throw more flags at the beginning of the season?
No, I think they just call a game as is. But I think naturally, you're like you said, you're going to have mistakes and penalties and things like that, because the players are still trying to get into a groove and trying to get the fundamentals. So it's still early in the season. So I think people think that the referees throw more flags here and there. No, they just call the game they're supposed to call the game like they're just like any other game. But they tend to see a lot of mistakes early on, just because again that people still trying to learn the fundamentals and all that good stuff. So I know it's frustrating. I know Rayford doesn't like those yellow hankies, and but as the season progresses, we'll see less and less, because the players will get better and better.
Do you think maybe those guys out there wearing those prison uniforms? Do you think that they may take advice from those of us in the stands as to how to make a call?
That's what scares me. That's what scares
I'm
me.
getting a megaphone this year.
Well, especially if somebody like Rayford Brown meets them before the game and slips them, about $50 or so, and I'm sure they're influenced that way.
No, just let me hold your wallet. I'll give it back to you after the game, maybe.
I think being an official is a thankless job, and without the officials, we had a shortage of officials in a lot of sports in recent years. Part of it was because of COVID, but people, referees are human; they're going to make mistakes. Do I get frustrated when I watch a game and a referee makes a mistake? Yes, but you kind of keep it. Oh, come on! I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting a little frustrated. I just don't care for. I just don't care for the people that absolutely lose their minds in adults, especially at a youth game or a high school game where there's kids involved. People losing their minds and saying things they don't be saying and acting a fool. I mean, you wouldn't talk if you're an adult. You wouldn't talk to another adult or anybody of that nature. You wouldn't say some of the things you're saying out in public.
You haven't been around me that much, then.
That's why. Did you see the finger pointing?
You said one thing there. what did you say about referees being humans?
We are.
I just don't ever think I've ever heard anybody say that or accuse them of that
No.
before.
Well, they are zebras.
I've heard them call everything else,
Zebras.
but I've never heard them being called a human.
Wow.
But-
Except for Chris.
Thank you. Well, I would tell the coaches that, but I mean, this is talking about basketball and baseball. Like, I'm gonna tell you ahead of time. I may not see everything. I may make a call you may not like, but I'm gonna do the very best I can. Have a good game.
And if you can do better, get out here.
Yeah, and like I said, being an official is a thankless job. Thankfully they were able to get a little bit more bump in pay for doing the work that they do, and a lot of them will have common sense. They understand that emotions are part of the game, and they tend to let teams and players and coaches have give them the benefit of the doubt. Just don't cross the line. Just don't take advantage of it. Have fun, but don't show your rear end. And like I said, a lot of these officials will practice common sense. And again, they give the head coaches a little bit of a leeway because those are the head coaches, and they know it's a lot of this is just heat in the moment. But they want to be respected like all of us do. And as long as you don't cross the line and that, then I think we're all good to go.
Okay, sound like a winner. Okay, thank you, sir.
And Chris, are you going to any games? Are you?
I'm going to try to help you via the computer.
All right. Well,
he's got to find some bubble wrap though, so he doesn't get hurt anywhere.
Yeah.
so
2 accidents in one day. It's just not.
They're not accidents.
I look forward to it. I'll text you later on today or tomorrow.
All right, my friend.
Which games, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Chris, if I get any weird pictures of weird stuff, do I have to give you stats, or you just go figure it out yourself?
Sure, but but I can't pay you though.
Pay me no mind. That'll be all right.
So, all right, my friends, have a good one.
You too,
Enjoy
Chris.
Friday night, and maybe this rain will stop.
Yeah.
It's
You be careful.
done. It's sun shining here.
Yeah. Be careful tomorrow night.
Yep, we'll do.
All right.
It is.
Have a blessed day.
Bye. The sun is shining right out there. You don't see it?
I couldn't see through
look at
the
the cloud.
trees. I
Look at the sunshine
to the
on the
left
roof.
of that big cloud.
Look at the
I
look
see.
at the sunshine on the roof next door.
She can't see there. She'd have to roll the chair, and she's not going to roll the chair.
Tropical storm conditions are possible today. Northerly winds 25 to 30, becoming northwesterly 20 to 25 this afternoon. Gusts up to 35 knots out there. So offshore is going to be rough. It's going to be nasty. Onshore going to be nasty, and going to have some big seas. 7 to 10 this afternoon, 10 to 14 this morning. Near shore, you're going to have 8 to 11 footers. They'll start to come down in the afternoon, 5 to 7. The inland waters in a coastal and the lake, the lakes, the rivers, the sounds, going to be pretty choppy. Okay, they'll come down. Just give it time. Northerly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15, becoming northeasterly, 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 7 feet. These seas are left over. The winds are coming down. The seas are left over. It's going to take several days for these things to come down and be normal. Okay, just bide your time. They'll be there, and you'll be fine. Saturday, easterly winds 5 to 10 again. Seas running 5 to 7, 2 to 3 near shore. That'll be your earliest day you can get out, but be very cautious at the inlet. Seas maybe 2 to 3 near shore. But at the inlet, you could run into some white water, some nasty stuff, and before you know it, you could be in the water. So be careful and don't do stupid stuff. It is not time yet to be able to go swimming in the ocean. Okay? The ocean water is going to be nasty. It's going to be underneath the surface. You're going to find some strong wave action as the waves are going back out to sea after they come crashing in, and they're going to be pulling stuff back out. In some areas, you're going to find rip currents. They're called deadly for a reason. They kill people. Okay.
That's
Your turn.
Today, partly sunny with a high near 87, north wind around 14 miles per hour with a gust as high as 21. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 66. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 85. Friday night, good for football. Mostly cloudy with a low dipping down to 67. And Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 84. So the weekend is looking wonderful. That's our beach report from Steve for MRL, the Bogue Inlet Pier.
Here at the studios is 73 degrees now.
Yes.
Humidity outside is a little bit lower, 93%.
Oh,
Usually runs pretty close to 100 around here. We had 0.39 inches of rain overnight. Randy out of Southwest had 74 degrees early this morning, 0.31 inches of rain. Joe down in the borough, he said it was breezy on the pier. Breezy. You could hear the wind blowing, 76 degrees and 0.01 inches of rain. And Dale over at Riverbend, down south of Jacksonville just a little bit. I guess that would be closer to be west of Jacksonville just a little bit. 75 degrees and 0.26 inches of rain. Down towards the other part of Onslow County. We've got Steve. Where are you right now?
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm running around Cedar Point, Cape Carteret now.
Okay.
I was in Emerald Isle just a little bit ago over at the pier.
How were the waves at that time? Still white?
Yeah, they still nice waves. I'd say the face of the waves about 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
It's glassy. They're still about 8 seconds apart. It's a surfer's paradise.
Oh, I was just getting ready to say, Steve, you're doing the surfers report perfect, buddy. Glassy, yeah.
That's what they like. Glassy and big and far apart. That makes for gentle rollers as they start coming ashore, right?
I know I'm older than Steve, but Steve, I don't know if you surfed, but I remember my days of going, and we're driving down 17 south towards Topsail and Sneed's Fair and stuff, and the surfers had this thumbs up, thumbs down. You stick out your thing, and so the guys coming back are telling you, whether you're headed to a good day or a bad day.
Turn around.
Yeah. So Steve, you're giving a thumbs up, huh?
I got you. They actually closed the end of the pier down last night because the waves were pushing up through the boards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw that.
And so it's still closed down this morning, but you can go out like the first 100 foot, and then they got it roped off.
Yeah.
So you can still go out there and see the surfers and all that. But they said they're going to have it open probably between 10 and 12 o'clock today. They just want to send the crew out there and make sure that with the pier wiggling the way it did, there's no nails sticking up or no loose boards or anything like that before they let people back on it.
that's good.
But other than that, it's a beautiful day. There's a north breeze blowing at about 10, 15 mile an hour, maybe gusting to 20 at times. And that north breeze keeping it cool and kind of the humidity bearable.
Forgot which storm it was, but in the 80s, I was at Curie Beach, and I had walked out on the pier, not towards the end, because the waves were big. They were already crashing over the end of the pier. And I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid. And I'm brave, but I'm not foolish. Or maybe I'm foolishly brave. But I got off the pier, and so I walked up north just a little bit so I could get some video of all these waves and stuff from a distance. And the end of the pier came off on camera.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That was oh, crap. I could have been there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what a mess.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But yeah,
out
other
there.
than that, it's a beautiful day. The Channel 12 news crew was there, and they always make me laugh. I see them just about every time we have a storm, and they always have the brand new rubber boots on. They're downright shiny. They're so new.
You got to be stylish. They've never been out on an oyster rock with those boots on, have they?
Yeah. It's funny. They dress in their normal, newscaster clothes type thing, but they wear the rubber boots. So it was,
Do they have the Swansboro slipper ones? That's what we used to call them, Swansboro slippers.
Yeah, they were the Sneeze Fair slickers.
Parker Island go-go boots is what I always heard.
Parker Island go-go boots.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Can you imagine one of the
I
go-go
used to have
dancers?
a
Would
pair
get,
of white ones.
yeah, well,
Go-go
those are Sneeze Fair,
Oh, go.
Go-go boots. I
Sneeze
have
Fair
a white.
sneakers.
And a
Yeah.
mini skirt too.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm watching right now the live cam, Steve, and those waves are breaking right up there on the pier. Oh,
It looks like it, but they're not too bad.
yeah. I see though where
they were-
everybody's on the back half of it though.
It was,
Yeah. Actually, the waves were stronger 2 days ago than they are. They're still big, but you could feel the power when they come under the pier a lot better a couple of days ago.
Those are the ones that shake the pier when they come by, right?
Right.
Yeah, I've been there. Don't like it.
There was a young lady last night that was enjoying just having a very peaceful time. She had a hammock tied to the pier, to 2 poles on the pier.
Up top or down both?
Below.
She could get a saltwater shower there like that.
She was just swinging back and forth, having a good old time, enjoying the night.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, as storms go, this was kind of, the best case scenario.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I noticed even on the beach that at high tide, I sent Lee a video showing the rip current that was actually on the beach where you could see it visibly.
Mm-hmm.
And it cut some pretty good, slices out of the beach. But by the time the tide did one changeover, the sand was back and you couldn't even tell.
Right.
So, the erosion seems like it wasn't so bad on the Crystal Coast per se. Might have been worse up or down the coast.
Were you able to see any rip currents from where you?
I was going to say I was. You could. There's one that's always kind of right there beside the pier, and the surfers like to use it to help them get out. But it was so predominant the other day that it was actually up on the beach, and you could see it running like a river, coming from both sides and coming together and going back out into the ocean. And it was
that is a
water flow that you could.
That's a classic rip. A classic rip, then, like what you're describing, that you don't normally see that much of it. That is a classic rip that will happen under the water that most people don't see. Yeah. But they can feel it. You get out there, you'll find it.
I tell you, he sent me. I'll share them with you later.
Yeah,
he sent me some great videos of the surfers. Oh my gosh, some of these surfers. The waves they were taking. It was so epic.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're up on the pier, you can see the rip current in the water where the people in the water can't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, but, that's tough to see down at water level.
Yeah, but like I say, the other day it was like a river running down the beach from each wave, big enough you could have got on a tube and rode down it.
This one right
it was very, but yeah, I guess it's just about past. Looks like the next one's going to turn north too, is what they're saying.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Hopefully.
Yeah. And I'm happy about that.
Me too. We've had our taste. We got enough wind for everybody that should. One of the big waves. Everybody wants to. People got to the beach, take a look at it. Everybody's happy.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't do that much. Had that much impact here. They didn't close any schools either.
Yeah.
How lucky were we?
When they were
lucky.
School starts Monday.
Yeah.
When Chris said it started next week, I had to look it up. It was Monday. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
Blessed day, Steve.
Thank you for the report.
Yeah.
If you guys saw anything unusual at the beaches, if you were out there doing stuff, if you're a surfer and you've been out there, if you've tried it out, let us know what it was like. I've never surfed. I love the water.
Mm-hmm.
I did not want to get out there on top of the water and swim all the way out there and then ride it back. That's like golfing for me. Hit it, you got to chase it. Okay, then you got to hit it again and chase it again. No, I don't want to do that. Surfing, you ride for how long? 15, 20 seconds?
It's the thrill of it.
Sometimes longer, most of the time not anywhere.
Not here.
It's the sport. It's the sport of it.
And there's a lot of work you think about. You got to wax your board.
Oh.
And then
What do you wax the board with?
Wax?
Wax. It's called sex wax.
Oh, okay. I was just asking.
Okay.
I was just watching this young surfer. He's trying his best to get out there. You can see him right here. But he gets so far that a wave knocks him back. He's having a tough time getting out.
It's good exercise. But there are, as you know, besides the rip currents, jellyfish.
Yep. Oh, expect that. He went under the wave this time, and it still knocked him back. He's just like, for every 5 feet forward, he is thrown back 10 feet. But
I'm going to take you out one day.
No, you're
going to
not.
play golf if you want. Yeah.
No, I can't.
Just for fun.
I have to chase that sucker.
You can. We'll take it. We'll get a golf cart, and you can ride in between holes.
Can I use my Jeep?
No, you can't.
Why? It can make it.
Look, most golf courses don't like you riding the golf course on the golf cart on the greens.
But no, you're not allowed. You don't. No, you don't even get our friend that listens to our show, Bill,
Mm-hmm.
a fabulous golfer. I love playing with him, but you don't usually get within 50 yards
Right.
of the green with your golf cart. You have to get up and walk. I mean, get out of your car and walk to your ball.
They have the
And
trust
that's
for the
50
golf
yards
carts.
back. So that's 100 yards.
Yep.
That's 300
Okay.
feet. The
Yeah.
length of a football field.
Yeah.
Just for each hole?
Well, Rayford.
Uh-huh.
Unless it's a par
It
three.
would do you
Yeah.
good.
Uh-huh. So
Well, you're
get them
smart.
100 yards per hole, and there how many? 9
Well,
minimum you can
now
play?
some holes are 500 yards.
Oh, great.
Well, Rayford, RFK and Pete Hedseth are
Looking for volunteers.
Hedseth. They're doing this Pete and Bobby challenge on Twitter X and creating a war fighting force. And they're challenging people. This challenge requires you to do 100 push-ups and 100 pull-ups
The same day?
within 10 minutes. But they were able to complete it in
Bless their hearts.
5 minutes. Now, this is a challenge that's going all viral. Chris, has anybody sent you a challenge on social media? Right now, they're doing the 25 push-ups, 25 pull-ups. Have you gotten one yet?
No.
Well, I got one the other day. The first thing I did was block the person. Done.
Well, I mean, speaking of challenges, a quick update for the team members here of Reson and our fallen veterans. We're at
Yes.
we're at 1918
Yay.
for the veteran cemetery. We're actually close to 200 for Alza Memorial Park.
Yay.
And
Great.
we purchased a POW MIA flag that now flies. Remember
It would
those?
not surprise me if I'd like to know exactly how many veterans are at Onslow.
There's over 1,500.
Really?
Yes, and another one was buried yesterday. I was out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Over 1,500. Sadly, it's almost impossible to reach out to their families because there's no. You have to walk the veterans area, and then outside the veterans area, there's veterans that are buried. But
Well,
yeah,
outside the veterans area, there are people that are buried at family,
Yeah.
normal family plots
Yeah.
that have been there for long
Oh.
before anybody thought about recognizing these families.
Yeah.
These veterans.
yeah. But we're going to have a great ceremony out there, very military style ceremony on the 13th
December.
of December. And enough time to let everybody go over to the Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery.
Mhm.
But we're still out there pushing, and we're going to do the best we can. Still time to make
Well,
your
thank you
donations.
very
Yeah,
much.
we will.
Buy
Thank
your
you
wreaths.
very much.
We're gonna have a special day dedicated to getting some people in here. Maybe we'll come up with a program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that'd
can
be
find
great.
some veterans,
Yes.
some folks to bring in here as well.
That's
Actually,
great.
Sergeant Major that we had in here
Oh,
that
yes.
sang for us.
Sergeant Major.
He's agreed to sing the national anthem,
Oh, that's
and
good.
he's either did Amazing Grace or God Bless America.
I like both.
Yeah.
I can do both.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he going to go to both places?
No, we don't have it. We don't control the events at Coastal Carolina State Veterans Cemetery. There's another group that does that, but we do have the Onslow
So
Memorial
that's where
Park.
he's
So,
going to be.
yes,
Okay.
and it's going to be very military. We're going to have most of the armed forces are
Sergeant
going to be
Major Mayfield.
representative. Yep.
Great guy.
So,
He is,
Great
and he
guy.
sticks by his guns
He
when he
is.
said, "Don't send me emails. You call me, and you better be important because if it's not, it's the last time I'm talking to you on the phone."
he's pretty straight up.
Yeah, he is. Great man.
You just reminded
Oh,
me,
crap.
this is birthday weekend for Major Capers.
Happy birthday, Major Capers.
Okay,
That's
just forming up somewhere or beginning to do something. What the Sam Hill? We got Aaron that's moving up northeast now, east northeast, and going away, leaving remnants behind that, just like dogs and cats do from time to time. You got to clean it up. So we'll have to clean up some stuff. Out there, we know about the thing, disturbance number 1, south of southeast of Aaron. Probably going to go take a northerly course when it forms up into a depression today, tomorrow, Saturday. But there's one way back there towards Cape Verde Islands. Now we've got a yellow one out here. Disturbance
saw
number
that.
3 just popped up. Small area of low pressure. They all start out that way.
Right.
Located 1,200 miles southwest of the Azores, is producing limited showers, thunderstorms, upper level winds, marginally conducive for development. System moves slowly eastward. Let me tell you, stand and look north. Put the United States on your left side.
Yeah, I see
That's west. This thing's going the other way, east. It's meandering to the east. It's going to go back to Africa.
Chris and I just looked at it and we're like, where did that one come from?
It popped up while I was looking at the thing.
I'm just.
Colin.
I'll let you finish that. Then I have a question I'm going to ask.
I'm finished.
Okay. So when Aaron decided to start moving off, so I read where the National Hurricane Center said our prediction of what's happening is on target.
It was.
It was. But I'm just curious now because what you just said, this yellow one, this one out, it's already out to the east. It's not going to form. So unless it's named, their predictions at this point, fortunately, are not completely accurate. We're only at the letter E. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it has it not due to the fact that La Nina is coming back now and it's coming back sooner than what it was originally predicted,
Yes.
which does affect your global climate.
Yes.
The National Hurricane Center looks at a bunch of things. They look at history.
That's right.
This time of year, the water temperatures, more so than the air temperatures, but the air temperature plays a part in it as well. What other systems are up here, generally in what we consider the path of or potential path of everything from the Canadian Rockies on down, and where it's moving, if it's moving this way, if it's something that will form a ridge that attracts or a ridge that blocks something from coming in. Some systems attract hurricanes, others repel them. When they're in an area that's conducive for further development, then there's something there that makes them that way. This one, obviously, as it was approaching this part of the world, the water temperature started getting warmer. It started slowing down and taking advantage of the water temperatures and building strength. What was it, 3 or 4 nights ago, 160 miles per hour winds? Holy mackerel. So, obviously, it was a Category 5 storm. So we can call it a Cat 5 storm. A lot of storms are Cat 4s and 5s before they get within range. And when they get within range, they start losing strength. Thank God. Andrew was an anomaly. Andrew in Florida, 91-ish, something like that. It came in. It was bad. It took no prisoners. So I flew down there to go to Jamaica. Miami was a changeover point to Air Jamaica flight. I flew down there, and the pilot said, I want to fly over. We kind of got a holding pattern because they closed some runways here. It was like 2 days after Andrew. And a lot of National Guard planes, all sorts of stuff flying in. We're going to fly you over the Biscayne Bay area on our approach back because we've been rerouted to fly around. So we're going to do that. We could see the damage there because we were low.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking down at US 1, the vehicle, the traffic, highway patrol cars, hundreds of them, military vehicles, got to the airport. It's like, okay, this may be an all-day affair. Checked in at the counter, and they said, no, your Air Jamaica flight. In fact, it may be a little early, so stand by to board early. Okay. All through the waiting areas were National Guard troops in uniform, backpacks, sleeping against the walls, resting as best they could. They'd been arriving to provide support. That place was like a military installation at the time.
Yeah.
And we got out on time. Everything was good. But it was, not many people were leaving Miami to go south. I met those. So I wasn't going to give it up unless I had to.
Well, here's a little bit of interesting information talking about Hurricane Aaron, and I just looked it up because I heard it this morning. I want to verify I heard it right. And it says Hurricane Aaron's rapid intensification and size comparison to Hurricane Katrina are significant in understanding the impact of climate change on hurricanes. While Katrina was a Category 5 storm, Aaron's rapid intensification and size make it one of the fastest strengthening Atlantic hurricanes ever recorded.
Mhm. Okay, now I want you guys to go to
It's
YouTube
crazy.
and punch in Hurricane Hazel Special. One has just been released.
Oh, good.
It's only 25 minutes long or something, but
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. It's produced by WRAL.
Yes.
I know where they got the footage because the only place in town that had footage of the hurricane was right down there where WECT is still living.
I just knocked
And they had
myself
16
crazy.
millimeter film of it. I've seen a lot of the original film. I still had it when we were there. I had it transferred over to videotape, so it would last a lot longer. But some of the guys, a guy named Wayne Jackson, he was with WECT at the time in 1954 in ECT's infancy. He grabbed the camera and he went out and had no idea what he was doing. He just started shooting film everywhere. And so a lot of his film has been made international and been used ever since.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, so I've got to sit down and look at it. I saw it last night. It's there. I said, oh, okay, must see. I'll watch it. So I hope they gave ECT the credit that they should have given. If not, I will call them up because I know about it. And it makes me mad when somebody does that. Okay, who was it? Chris Miller.
Yeah.
These football guys had friends and they were in the movies.
Yeah.
I was in a movie.
Down in Wilmington?
I was in the Windmills of the Gods, starring Jacqueline Smith.
Oh, Charlie's Angel.
Charlie's Angel. In fact, I had lunch with her husband, and a couple of other people at her trailer the day of the shooting. I didn't go there to be in a movie. They had asked if we could furnish a news crew so they could use them in a news scene. They wanted somebody that actually looked and acted the part. And the producer, or the assistant to the producer, Douglas Kiker, worked for NBC News. And I said, no, we don't do things like that. Thank you. And I get a call from Kiker and he says, listen, Brown, I'm doing this movie. I'm part of the production. I want a real honest to goodness news team. He said, can you get one out here? And I said, I can do it for you, Doug. Not a problem. But I knew him, knew who it was. We talked on the phone many times. He was a correspondent. He worked everywhere. So I said, on the condition. He said, what's that? The condition I get out there and I get to meet Jacqueline Smith. Always, I liked her. She was my favorite on Charlie's Angels. And, what commercial she did one time said, you have to know when to whisper and not be so much of a lady, or words to that effect. Yeah. But always act like it. But anyway, I got out there and I had a tighter coat on, which is was the uniform of the day for news people, news directors, especially when we went out in public. So I had that on, and up there, and Kiker said, listen, the producer needs, can you get up there and take a microphone and ask her questions when she comes out of a meeting? She was taking over, her husband had died or whatever, and she'd taken for the ambassadorship for someplace. And I said, show her. He said, now just holler some questions at her. And there's no script, just holler some questions at her. Okay. So I did. So for 20 seconds, I think it was 20 seconds, on Windmills of the God, the back of my body and head are up there, and you hear me ask a question or two, whatever it was, and I forgot what it was, but it was something actually news type, whatever I asked her. What is this going to mean to your family or whatever?
Yeah. Did you get paid to be an extra?
$20. They gave me $20 in cash and lunch. $20 cash. I said, I didn't come here for
more
that.
than you get for jury duty.
Yeah.
Well, just so everyone knows, the Black Pearl at Cape Hatteras is still standing, though the waves are battling it right now.
Long live the Black Pearl.
Yes.
What else was named the Black Pearl?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the Orient, right? Black Pearl of the Orient.
I'm trying to get the volume turned off on this, but you can see where the waves are coming in now. The house is behind it.
Mm-hmm. What was the name of Johnny Depp's boat? One of them?
Oh, Johnny Depp's boat. About Johnny Depp. I don't know.
I mean, as the pirate of the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah. I don't know which one of the movies it was.
I'll have to look it up here.
Well, he was Captain
he's
Jack
got-
Sparrow, but I don't remember the
Okay.
name of the boat.
One of the boats that he was on, by the way, was the
There's a
one that was
yacht.
filmed. The what is the movie where they had the guys Mutiny on the Bounty?
Mhm.
That was one of the boats they used, the
Okay.
replica of Mutiny on the Bounty.
Mhm.
And they brought that boat in as a tall ship to Moorhead one year. And Robbie and I were not married, but I was coming to Moorhead, and I said, you know what RHIP means, right?
Mhm.
Rank has his privileges.
Yes.
As news director, they had invited people to come up there, take a ride out to get aboard the Mutiny,
Mhm.
and come in with it. Some news people.
Yeah.
I said, well, yeah, I can't afford y'all to go up there. I'm gone. So I took camera and I headed up, called Robbie. I said, I'll pick you up. We're going out to the Mutiny on the Bounty. So we left from the state ports aboard a cutter, a small Coast Guard boat, a 31 footer, I think. A few, maybe the bigger one, but a few of the news people from that neck of the woods were
Mhm.
there. And it was rough. And we were supposed to climb a ladder to get up on the boat.
You're right.
Mutiny of the Bounty. And that was the name Black Pearl, right?
Black
I
Pearl.
saw so. But anyway, we pulled out there and this boat was going, the ship would come down, Coast Guard boat would go up, and they cross paths like this. And so everybody said, come on up, one at a time. I strapped a camera around, big camera around my neck, and I waited. I said, nobody else is going. All you young kids, what's going on? I got up there, the gun on the coastie boat, got up there. When the mutiny comes down, I wait. When the mutiny starts going up, cutter going down, I reached over, grabbed it, climbed on up. It was a simple thing. Oh God! Everybody else Robbie was next, and I told her when to do it, so she
Mhm.
made it look easy. And then when the rest of the people tried to do it, wham, bam, up against. They wouldn't get it right. They wouldn't grab right. I just said, "They got it. How did you do this, old man?" Type thing. I was in the Coast Guard. Forgot to tell you that part.
Well, this is very interesting. It
Should have
said,
paid attention, idiots.
they said the boat captained by Captain Jack Sparrow. I'll start all over again. In the Pirates of the Caribbean film series is called the Black Pearl. The ship was formerly known as the Wicked Winch, but was destroyed due to Jack's insubordination. Jack struck a deal with Davy Jones to revive the vessel, which was blackened by fire damage, and then renamed the ship the Black Pearl.
Right.
Interesting. I never knew that.
All of that
You're
comes
so
back
smart.
from memory.
You're so smart.
that's-
I don't have a clue what I ate
Well-
yesterday.
When I'm watching Pirates of the Caribbean, you know where my focus is at.
Tight ends.
No, Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Tight ends.
I don't know. Did you watch any of that trial between him and his ex?
No.
Yeah.
Why do I watch trials?
Oh my gosh.
Boring.
Oh no, it was good.
Boring.
It was good.
Two rich people trying to figure out who's going to get richer off the
She
other.
was nuts.
Yeah.
She was
And
nuts.
He's not.
He didn't have to say anything but just sit back and let her bury herself.
It's the easy way to do it.
And she played the actress. She should have got an Emmy for her portrayal of a battered woman. There was no battery there.
Oh, how can you say that?
Because as a woman, women understand other women. This woman was crazy. She just-
Women understand other women.
you know what I mean.
Go ahead.
No,
ahead, walk into that
one.
You wanted to, Chris. I know you wanted. Who understands another woman? Anyone?
Kathy, help me.
Kathy, who do you understand? Can you understand a man or a woman better, Kathy?
I
Both of you just need to stop
Yeah,
right
well.
now. Yeah. Be safe. And just stop.
well, Rayford, you're not going to like. You may not. I say this and I believe it. Women are smarter than men, and men handle stress better. That's my own personal feeling.
Well, that's just like now, Chris. If Kathy was to say to you, "What did you just say?" What's your first response?
I said women are smarter than men, and men handle stress better.
Men generally know when to shut up.
No, she's not asking you what you just said. She's telling you right then and there, you better zip it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why?
If any ladies
Because-
like to
because
call
you-
right now and disagree with
So
me.
does Kathy
It's just
not
like-
agree that women are smarter than men?
The only one that ever disagreed with that statement, God rest her soul, was my mother. She said women do both better, and you don't argue with your mother.
No.
So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. They analyze things, and
You know what?
am I wrong, Lee? No?
You know what the definition of
You don't
stress
say
is? Now
nothing.
that you mentioned, you know what
She's not
the
talking
definition
no
of
more.
stress is? It's the result of having an overwhelming desire and need to beat the absolute stuff out of somebody who richly deserves it, but you don't do it. That's what stress is.
Are
Okay.
you not talking to me now?
Here you go.
Okay.
10 things women say and what they really mean.
Oh,
Right. When a
wait,
girl
10
says,
things women say and 100 things what they mean.
no, when a girl says, fine,
Oh,
fine.
run.
In other words, she's not exactly thrilled with whatever you just said or did,
Just don't do it.
but she's in the process of making peace with it. You need to give her space.
And shut up.
All right, how about this one? You've probably heard this one before, Rayford. We need, no, listen,
Good.
we need to talk.
Ooh.
All right.
I don't know. I've said that one a bunch of times, but to other reporters
it
I had to bring into
means
the office.
There's
Which only
some,
meant I was going to fire them. But
that means there's something on her mind and are going on in her life that she thinks you need to know about. Things are about to change, but not necessarily in a bad way. Maybe she got offered a promotion at work or feels like something is missing and wants to give you a chance to fix it.
in other words, there are lots of different possibilities there.
Well, the worst case scenario is if she says it's over, bro.
She's never called me bro, so I'm good.
When a girl says nothing's wrong,
Oh, everything is wrong.
it means something is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
But she doesn't think it's worth the time or
It's
energy
usually
to try to
it's
explain
usually
it
when
to
a
you.
man says, "What's wrong?" Nothing. Oh,
Oh, here's
it's
another
never
one.
use the words "nothing's wrong." It's nothing.
Has Kathy ever said something to you? You told her something, and she just goes "K" for okay.
I do that.
I do that, but no.
If you get sent a K over text, you're in trouble. If you like her and want to keep seeing her, you better get to work. Okay, that's if you're dating. But I have a habit of just hitting K.
Well,
In text.
Yes,
right?
in
Yeah.
text.
Well, in text, it comes back from Morse code days when
Mhm.
learned Morse code because you respond and you just put K. And military transmissions, when you're doing the same thing, you'll either do it vocally or you'll do it in Morse code. K.
How about if your woman says to you, "I'm not mad,"
Okay.
Make
that
up
means
the
you're about
couch.
to find out how mad she really is.
Make up the couch.
Yeah, just a few things. And see, we Southern women,
Yeah.
we'll bless your heart anytime, but
I say that all
Like-
bless your heart.
we're like snakes.
That's
Number 47.
so we're talking now still, right? Well,
Of course.
Okay. Well, when I said when
K.
okay.
K. We'll talk about it later. What did you just say?
What?
Which clearly means you might want to rephrase your last
Did you say
statement.
what I think you said? Did you mean what you really said, or did you mean what I think you said that I meant?
What does it mean when a woman looks at you and says, "Go ahead"?
Don't.
Don't. Yeah, don't.
That means I dare you.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. Doesn't matter what it means. Don't. And
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
this little thing here looks like a fish
A fish.
Yeah.
over here on this symbol.
Ladies, you got about 6 minutes if you want to comment, or men, if you're brave enough to make a comment on.
Or foolish
this
enough,
type
maybe
of-
your wife's
ahead,
out of town.
ladies.
Yeah,
Maybe she's not
910.
listening.
Go ahead, ladies, back me up.
910-333-0139. I'm not saying what you're reading is not accurate. I just don't know that it's ever happened. I'm
Ladies,
sure
yeah,
someone in my life
ladies,
it
if there are any ladies listening out there, is there one particular phrase or thing that you use when you're dealing with a male?
I know Jennifer's got some.
Oh, God, yes. If there's anything in particular that you fighting words about? And did you have a pat phrase that you use to respond to it? Like if Terry says, Jennifer, if Terry says something, what did he say that got you going, what the Sam Hill do you mean by that? Or words to that effect. I know Jennifer's had that happen. And I know Terry's got something particular. Do you think men, ladies, I'm going to ask you, do you think men have certain words or certain phrases they use to get you go or to get you going?
Yeah, there's one in particular that gets me going.
What
all
is
the time. It's like, what's for dinner? Or when will dinner be ready? Well, why don't you get in there and cook it? I just get.
Well, in my case, I ask Robbie every day. I said, "What would you like tonight?"
Thank you.
That's different.
I do that every day.
That's different.
Every day.
But when you've worked a 12-hour day and you come home and you just barely getting your shoes off, and the other one walks in and says, "What's for dinner?" I'd be like, "What did you just say?"
What are you buying? Where are we eating?
What did you just say?
So that's the only one to get your goat?
No, there's. I'm sure there's. Well, you know, I've been single for a while now, so a long while, and so I don't deal with any of that anymore.
Yeah, but what happens? What is in here that Chris says that really gets you going?
Not a thing.
Oh,
there
you go. Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a thing is.
Thank you.
Nothing is short for not
Chris
a
is a
thing.
gentleman.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Chris is a gentleman.
Chris is a gentleman.
Thank you.
I think he's a gentleman. I don't think he would hurt anybody unless they richly deserved it.
Well, that's what. Oh, that's my girl Jennifer called.
Okay, I was getting ready to say. I hope it's not
She's my backup.
Jennifer, be nice to Chris.
Right now, she's laughing and laughing and laughing, aren't you, Jennifer, out there in East Tennessee?
I couldn't call right then. I was selling raffle tickets.
Oh. Good job, young lady.
I'm given. I have a raffle every now and then, $5 a spot, and I put up. Right now, I've got 3 wreaths on the post, and the winner gets to pick their choice of the 3 wreaths, and you get free shipping. So there's 4 spots left. So that's what I was doing. But anyway, the one single word that just puts me over the top, and my husband says it almost every day, and he knows that it's going to aggravate me.
Ooh,
And that word is whatever.
Ooh.
Honey, what do you want for supper? Whatever.
Oh, see,
And I'm like, just tell me. I don't care. Just, well, whatever's easiest, whatever you tell me will be easiest. You know,
Whatever.
but that word, that one word, whatever. Whatever. You know, just throw me a bone, man. Just tell me what you want. But,
Thank you, Jennifer.
Whatever.
mm-hmm.
So he hasn't said all these years, I don't care what you cook as long as you're naked and you bring me a beer.
Oh, whatever.
Did he ever say that?
Oh, God.
Whatever.
Look, a long time ago, you talk about bringing a beer. I want to tell you a story on Terry Blizzard. So, long time ago, we hadn't been married, but just a little bit. I didn't hardly know anybody in North Carolina. Wasn't even working at the time. And I had spent all day long working on the yard. And, I mean, had got out there. Terry didn't even, at that time, we didn't even have a weed eater. We had these little handheld things. I had gone down the sidewalk, down the driveway. I had mowed, raked up pine cones. All day long. And my husband, that I remained married to, came home, and I heard him pull up. And being the dutiful wife that I was, I walked outside and took him a cold beer. And he leaned up against his pickup truck, and he popped the top on that beer And I walked back into the garage and heard our neighbor pull up and say, "Man, Terry, your yard looks good." And my husband wiped his hand across his brow and said, "Man, I've been going on it ever since I got this."
Hey,
Most
can I ask
certainly.
one question? Did he come into the house wanting to know what was for dinner?
I don't remember much after me walking outside and saying, "Now who walked out?" And he said, "Oh, I was just teasing. Jennifer did it." I was like, "Yeah, just teasing." Yeah, but he said, "Oh, I wasn't. I would have told him." I said, "Yeah, right, buddy. Yeah, right." But yeah, but the one phrase is whatever. He told me a long time ago he didn't eat tuna, so he come home from work and I had fixed a tuna casserole, and I didn't know. And he said, "Honey," he said, "I don't drink Kool-Aid and I don't eat tuna."
No.
Well, I love tuna fish.
I love
Tuna
tuna.
fish salad is great.
I love tuna casserole. So Jennifer, I have to ask you this: you don't put peas in it, do you?
What?
Honey,
Peas.
I've not made one now in 37 years.
When you did, Jennifer, you didn't put peas in it, did you?
I don't remember putting
Okay.
peas in
And
it.
you didn't pee in it either, right?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no.
You can remember
No.
not peeing in it, but you don't remember whether you put peas in it or not?
Tuna casserole is so good.
I don't remember it. I
Not
don't
with
remember
peas.
it.
Not with peas.
Oh,
no.
okay.
With no peas in it. Just
Yeah.
tuna casserole is delicious.
And I went to a grocery store yesterday and was going to get a can of tuna so I could make some because I haven't had it in a very long time. My sister had made some and was talking about it, and so it made me want some. And I got everything but the tuna.
Well, that'll be saving some fish.
Well, I'm gonna shop at the pantry here in a minute.
I got 4 cans out there. Not that I'm counting, and I'm planning to make some
You
tuna.
had-
I'll make some tuna fish today.
If one disappears,
Well, yeah,
It
and
takes
y'all are
4.
going to have good weather. We're
Yes.
going to have lows next week in the upper 40s.
isn't that something?
Enjoy it, Jennifer.
Oh, yes.
Sounds
I told Terry yesterday, I said, "Look, so if you look really, really close, you can already start to see the little tinges in the trees."
Oh,
Mm.
It'll happen. It'll happen fast now around here.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Well, y'all have a great day.
You too.
Jennifer, you
Blessed day,
too.
Jennifer.
Thanks for the backup.
Yes, to Terry.
Bye-bye.
Poor Terry, he's going to catch it now.
Oh,
Just
whatever.
for the way. Wow.
What did you just say?
I was talking to Rafer.
He said, "What the ever?"
What the ever?
Does "what the ever" sound better than
All right.
whatever?
Whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So tomorrow we have some special guests coming in.
We do, from the Emergency Operations Center,
Stacy Miles, Deputy Director.
and Gordon Bradley. He goes by Brad.
Is that Gordon Bradley's son?
No, that's the first and middle name.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that
Yeah, I
before.
told you that. Anyway,
And Gordon Bradley.
no, it's GB.
Gee.
We're gonna go with Bradley as his first name. It's actually his middle name.
Okay, Bradley. What's his last name?
You think I'm gonna remember all of it? I got 2 names. You're supposed to do the other one.
I may just call Stacy to get the scoop
Oh,
today.
I've got
so
the
I can-
scoop.
Okay, good.
So,
I'll
hey,
give it all to you.
All
So
right,
you can
good.
get it out on the sheet.
Theo, fair warning.
Okay.
You may see the back of my head tomorrow when you're watching.
Mine too.
So,
Yes.
yeah, but he
Which is
doesn't,
good,
the
'cause
glare doesn't bother,
Oh.
yours doesn't.
You can wear a hat.
Thank you.
We got several
We
around
have
here.
lots of hats.
You want a fishing hat? I got a submarine hat. I got something else over there. And I found a MAGA hat yesterday in the other room in the garage.
Wow.
I may bring that in here just to aggravate some people.
Well, tomorrow is Red Day. Remember, everyone deployed. That's what the red means.
Yes, it is.
We wear it to honor our military and all our first responders. And of course, hopefully, all of us will be wearing our Cardinal shirts tomorrow. If Chris, if you have one. If not, but of course, he always wears red on Friday. But
I got one.
tomorrow's Cardinal Friday.
Yeah.
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 So
I thought of something, a prank we could pull in here one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you got to sell some commercials first. We'll see you tomorrow morning, live and local. We're Real Talk, where we're always awake, never woke, never sane. We'll see you in the morning. Bye.
Have a blessed day.